Apple preparing special iPadOS 17.4 build for OLED iPad Pro and 12.9-inch iPad Air launch, as company sticks to end of March launch. Apple was initially reported to launch the OLED iPad Pro models alongside the M3 MacBook Air, but it appears that the company has taken a slight detour in its approach. The company unveiled the M3 MacBook Air upgrade last week, with no sight of the upcoming iPad Pro. Despite the M3 MacBook Air launch, Apple is sticking to the end of March or early April launch of the OLED iPad Pro and new iPad Air models with a new version of iPadOS 17.4. OLED iPad Pro set to release by the end of this month or the next, but do not expect a dedicated event, says analyst. Prominent industry analyst Mark Gurman from Bloomberg claims that Apple will launch the highly anticipated OLED iPad Pro models and new iPad Air models by the end of this month or the next. The iPad Pro has seen various delays in the past, and the company has seen the impact of its decision on last year's earnings call. Due to the lack of upgrades and innovation in design, the iPad revenue dropped by 10%, affecting the overall profits of the company. The iPad has taken a massive hit in sales due to Apple's inability to launch the new OLED iPad Pro last year alongside the upgraded MacBook Pro models. The company would have to compensate for the loss in sales this year, but it appears that the iPad has been in the development phase for a while. Apple has already asked LG and Samsung to supply the OLED panels for the forthcoming iPad Pro, and the shipment details revealed that the bigger 13-inch variant will be slightly more popular than the 11-inch model. The analyst also coins that Apple is preparing a dedicated or specialized version of iPadOS 17.4 for the forthcoming iPad Pro models. Apple has already seeded iPadOS 17.4 to the general public, and Gurman's claim only goes on to hint that the OLED iPad Pro models will be announced before the company releases the new iPadOS 17.5 update. However, these are mere speculations at this stage, so be sure to take the news with a pinch of salt. We are expecting the company to launch the 11-inch and 13-inch variants of the OLED iPad Pro alongside the upgraded 10.9-inch iPad Air and a bigger 12.9-inch iPad Air with an M2 chip. Both models will feature Face ID and a front camera in landscape orientation, as Apple follows the iPad 10's design. The iPad Air upgrade will only house slight tweaks in design, but the OLED iPad Pro will feature radical improvements. The analyst also expects the company to release the new Magic Keyboard for the upgraded iPad models. While the release time frame stands, the analyst points out that Apple is not planning to host a dedicated spring event for the OLED iPad Pro launch. Instead, users should expect a press release similar to the M3 MacBook Air launch. As mentioned, Apple could surprise us with invites for an in-person event later this month. We will keep you guys posted on the latest, so be sure to stick around.